Amos asked a question. The prophet Amos asked a question, and it's really concerning God and the children of Israel. But it's a good question, and his question is, can two walk together unless they're agreed? Anybody have the answer for that? You can't. It demands a no answer, by the way. Can two people walk together unless they first sit down and agree? Well, the answer is no. Well, marriage is the longest journey in life. You know, when you're marrying because you want to share your life with someone. And you're going to take a journey with that individual, hopefully for the rest of your life, 30, 40, 50 years, or maybe even longer. And so 20% of the couples that I counseled in pre-marriage counseling ended up not marrying. And it's not because I was mean or no good. It was because they weren't supposed to be married. Once they started having meaningful conversations, and that was my job, to help them talk about things they would not ordinarily talk about, so they come to a place of agreement. When they started talking about important things, they realized they were incompatible. And that's true across the board in pre-marriage counseling. Any church, any pre-marriage counselor, 20% of people will not marry if they sit down and talk about issues because they just find out they're not compatible. 90% or more of the couples that I took through pre-marriage counseling had never had a deep conversation about any significant issue, and they were just about to get married, just the way that Karen and I did. And so one of the things that I did, actually two of the things that I did in pre-marriage counseling, one was called a marriage expectation inventory. It was a real detailed inventory, and it asked couples, what do you expect concerning children, concerning money, concerning sex, concerning spirituality, concerning everything? And it just went through the details, and I gave it to the man and the woman. I said, don't talk about your answers. You answer these individually and then turn them back into me, and we're going to talk about them in a session. And I did another thing called role concepts analysis. Role concepts analysis is, what is your concept concerning your role in the marriage and your spouse's role in the marriage? And again, don't talk about your answers, fill these things out, and then turn them back into me. And I'll tell you, it made for an interesting discussion every single time. Marriage expectations, questions like this: how many children are you going to have? One couple, she said 2, he said 6. That's one of those little things you probably need to talk about, you know. And she said, not by me. The other 4 are going to have to come, you're not by me. Is the wife going to work? And I had one couple, and she said, no, just real sweetly. She said, no, and he said, yes, you are. And she's not, my dream is to be a stay-at-home mom. And, you know, she didn't say it, but kind of what I felt like was, I'm marrying you so I can stay home, you know. And he said, you're going to work. And they got into it. It was a big deal to him and to both of them. Who manages the money? You know, what you should do together, but it's a good question. Here's an interesting one. How much can you spend without your spouse's approval? See, most people find that out through fighting, not talking. Well, Karen and I did. And so I asked that question, how much can your spouse spend without asking your permission? I mean, there were some couples that said, if you're at 7-Eleven about to buy a Slurpee, I want to call, you know. And I mean, I want to know everything. But you know, $25, $50, $100. There are people that buy, honestly, I've known couples that bought houses and cars and all kinds of stuff without even talking to their spouse. And well, you talk about causing problems. So how much can you spend without your spouse's approval? Who are you going to spend the holidays with? One woman said, well, my family, we hate his family. I like that one. Role concepts. This was always fun. Role concepts. Who will do the housework? She will. It's good for her figure. That's what the chauvinist said. Who will mow the yard? Who will mow the yard? Karen actually loved to mow the yard, and I thought that was of the Lord. And who will discipline the kids? You know, you both going to do it? You know, who's going to discipline the kids? Here was another one. Is it okay for a woman to initiate sex? And I had one young man say, absolutely not. And I said, I'm sorry, you're too stupid for marriage. Get out of my office, buddy. So, you know, it's funny. And so I would ask these couples these questions about marriage and roles and things like that, and just get two totally different answers on important things. And they were got to get married. They were going to start the longest journey in life, and they hadn't talked about those things. Well, we hadn't. I'm not trying to be self-righteous. We hadn't. That's why we fought all the time. Can two people walk together unless they first agree? No, it's going to be a cat fight. You're going to go this way, they're going to go this way, and you're going to fight about which way's right. One person's going to walk fast, one person's going to walk slow, and one person can be trying to drag the other one. You're not going to be able to walk together unless you first agree. This program today, we're able to come to you because of our precious partners who stand with us financially every month. They're called our rock solid partners. Literally, they're the backbone of this ministry. And so much of the finances that we are used to buy airtime, to come to you and to do all the things that we do to help marriages succeed across America and around the world, we're able to do because of our rock solid partners. And this special group gets a special resource every month that's called our Dream Marriage Library. It's the best of our seminars, of our marriage teachings, of my teachings and sermons, and it also comes with notes. Every single month, it's continuing education for your marriage. You don't have to go find it or buy it. It comes to you when you become a rock solid partner. And this is continuing education to help you to have the marriage of your dreams, to solve problems. And you literally can just sit there and build a library, and you can receive this now physically, but also you can receive it electronically. It can come on your computer, on your iPad, your iPhone, along with notes. So you can listen to it, maybe individually, or even come together as a couple and to have a date night and to have a time together of just studying and growing in your marriage. We need you to stand with us financially and become a rock solid partner, but we want to get you now this special resource in response. Here's how you can become a partner.
Take a stand for your marriage and become a rock-solid partner today. Join at the $14 level and you'll receive online access to the Dream Marriage Library with a new message each month. At the $28 level, you'll also receive each month's lesson on CD and DVD. And join at the $56 per month level and we'll add exclusive partner perks, including invitation-only access to live phone seminars and exclusive Marriage Today events. Become a rock-solid partner today. Thank you for joining us. Partner with Marriage Today and receive the series, Our Secret Paradise. Marriage Today's latest book, Happy, Happy Love, will supercharge your marriage with practical tips, wisdom, and inspiration for every stage of marriage. Visit happylovebook.com. Follow your interests and get social by connecting with Jimmy and Karen and the Ministry of Marriage Today on Twitter. And don't forget, become a rock-solid partner and receive the Dream Marriage Library. There's a rock-solid partner level to fit every need.